This is TWiT.
Let's talk about the SE. So this I thought really interesting new market for Apple. They talked about a family system where you don't have the kids don't have to have an iPhone. Mom or dad has the iPhone. Compare multiple watches for the kids, and now you can give a kid a less expensive Apple Watch SE. You can if it's got cellular, you can talk to the kid. You know where the kid is. I thought that was a really interesting market. It's still an upscale market. It's not cheap, but it is less expensive. This is not the Apple Watch SE. Is it basically a Series 4? What do you think it is?
It's got the S5.
S5, so it's a slower processor, or yes or no? S5, no, that's the Apple Watch.
That's the Series 5 version.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm wearing right now, so that's not bad.
But does it have the always-on display? Did it mention always-on display for the SE? Because I think the Series 4 also has the S5 chip. It
has some special watch faces for kids, which is kind of cool, for school specifically. So that's kind of neat. It's not just for kids, obviously. They're pitching Fitness Plus and all of the health features. Apparently, somebody in the chat room says it does not have ECG, so they're saving on some sensors. It does have obviously
accelerometer, right? Gyro, the fall detection, same as on the S6.
Hand washing.
I just have my notes here that I was taking down during the prezo, but I have a note here that says that family setup is only compatible with cellular model watches.
That makes sense. That makes sense because so you go out of the house and now you're disconnected because you don't have cellular. So you're going to be buying a more expensive watch. You're going to have to pay for the cellular.
If you have an older, I think I heard them mention that this is going to be supported on Series 4 and newer.
Okay.
So, I could hand down my Series 4 to someone in my family because I'm going to get the new one anyway. So now I have a Series 4 that someone else in my family can use. They didn't have to go buy a new one. So I think the idea is less about you going and buying a new Apple Watch for your family setup plan and more about you handing down your Apple Watch to somebody in your family that doesn't also have an iPhone
that's
without having to also buy them.
That's a good point. Yeah. There's something called Apple Cash Family. You can send money to your kids over the watch for doing chores. You could have allowances come in there. It's really interesting. There's special kid faces. For instance, the activity rings track move minutes instead of active calories. Running, walking, and cycling workouts also calculate metrics like distance and pace more accurately for smaller people. And look, there's a little jump rope activity, which is awesome. You approve the contacts, you approve the apps, and you can schedule a school time mode. This is the school time mode. That means the kid can't do anything, but it's a watch. It's not anything else. This is the school time mode. I think that's really clever. And all the new watches will now have Memoji faces. And the kids can design their own. There's no camera, obviously, but they can design their own Memoji using settings to pick the different features. Yeah. Family members can share their location in the Find My app. That's another reason you want cellular plus GPS, right? That's kind of the point of it. Is know where, I think for me anyway, would be know where my kids are. And also to be able to call them without having to give them a smartphone. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Actually, what I'll probably use this more for is I have my mother is doing the dementia thing.
They mentioned that also. Yeah, older folks. Yeah.
So just to we used to strap her in and with the phone, make sure the GPS was working so we can see her when she would do her walkabouts. Luckily, she's out of that phase now. But just even for them to have it on and can tell if they fell or, I don't know if it will let you see what their vitals are, but I think that would be also handy, or if they're sleeping well. So I wonder how much info transfers, but it'd be cool to be able to give my mom this watch and be like, hey, lady, don't take this off.
Yeah. Yeah, this is going to be really interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
I think fall detection is probably, Renee, Leo, I think it does save lives. And I think fall detection is an example of where that that can help. And being able, so I have like the perfect scenario for this exact situation, which is that my partner's mom, she's older, she falls. This is something that she's doing now that she's getting older. She falls a lot. She's broken a couple of bones. So if she's wearing, and she also has an Android phone. She doesn't have an iPhone. And I can't tell her to buy an Apple Watch and an iPhone. That's too much money to spend all at once. I can't buy that for her as a gift. It's too much for me to spend. So in this way, I can hand down my Series 4 to her. She doesn't have to buy an iPhone for it. We can set up our family setup with her on it so that if she falls, I'll get the notification. She's got fall detection on the phone. We can set up location tracking so that if for some reason she's out somewhere where she's lost, there's location tracking where we can find her and get in touch with her. So it's a step in the right direction. I still really do think that Apple Watch needs to be platform agnostic, but this is definitely a step in the right direction of opening it up to people who don't have an iPhone to be able to also have the technology that the Apple Watch has.
You guys have inspired me, Doc Rock and Lory, because my mom's 87 and I worry about her falling. And I want to make sure she's always in touch. She has an iPhone. I think I'm going to have to give her an Apple Watch or give her my old Apple Watch. Yeah, that's brilliant.
If she has an iPhone, you should have been giving her your old Apple Watch a long time ago. I strongly feel that way.
It's a 6S. Will it work with a 6S? I can't
the
remember.
Series 4 works all the way back to the
4, right?
6.
Okay.
No, I don't think it goes back all the way to the 4.
Okay.
I think it goes back to the 6.
Okay.
Maybe someone in the chat room knows better, but I think it's the 6.
You know what I would like to see, and I'm not sure if it's in there yet. Okay, so we got Sally, making her way over to, Florida, right? After Sally makes landfall, just like we got, a couple, you say a little more than a year back, we got the thing that popped up that said North Korea was going to bomb Hawaii because someone in Hawaii did something stupid.
Right.
It would have been cool. Like I just noticed that you fell down the I'm okay to come up. It would have been cool for the watch to pop up after that alert to then go I'm okay, because every person in my entire family called and asked me if I was all right. And I was like, no, but I did just accidentally cracking open a bottle of Yamazaki 21. So I
might as well drink it now. Drink it now.
$800 bottle of liquor, but
good way to go. Oh, that's because Facebook has that I'm okay thing.
Yeah.
That's Apple should do that totally.
It should be put into the watch.
Brilliant. Tim, Doc Rock's got an idea.
We get hurricane and tsunami scare every year. So just to be able to eliminate the 1,000 phone calls from home, because they think like we're in a different planet. I'm like, it's not. We're just a little left of California, man.
Not just that, but there's I don't know if it's a Pixel exclusive on Google Android, but they have a feature in their safety and security app that says that it's a feature where if you aren't terribly sure about what your safety is going to be in the next 3 or 4 hours, you can say, if I don't check back in with this app within the next 3 or 4 hours, please send the following message to the following people along with my current location based on this device. That seems like a natural thing for the Apple Watch to do. I mean, I hate to think that a safety app is part of health, but a safety app is part of health these days.
Yeah. According to Apple, the family setup is actually coming out very soon. So this is really good news. If it does require an Apple Watch with cellular, which I'm going to give this to my mom. It works with a 6S or later, and iOS 14. I'm giving this to my mom. This is great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
This is great.
I really do believe that the little things about Apple Watch that have those caring for someone else features on it, I think that's going to be great. I think you're going to feel really good knowing that she's got that on her wrist. Make sure she sets up you as a contact, because if she falls, it'll contact you immediately, and it will call emergency services. So that way, you're right on top of that. You'll know what's going on.
This in their press release: optimization for older adults, watchOS 7, which is I guess for Watch 4 or later. Optimized feature for older adults, including fall detection and irregular rhythm notification. There's also an extra large face that shows the time and a single rich complication. And there's an onboarding and configuration process designed with accessibility in mind. I think this is fantastic.
Yes.
There's a new health checklist in the health app. And, I think I'm going to get my mom Fitness Plus because she did have somebody come over a couple of times a week to work out with her. But, of course, after COVID, she's really reluctant to do that. So if I got her Fitness Plus and an Apple TV, she could also do that. That's really great. That's really great.
They're available tomorrow. So just update everything tomorrow.
Yeah,
It should be good.
watch OS 7, as well as we should mention iOS 14 and iPad OS 14 all come out September 16th.
So much to do this week.
Busy, busy, busy.